This is the End Zone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below so we can move the chains. This is our XFL Week 1 reaction. Now, we're just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's compare this to the Alliance of American Football because that was this time last year, and I know it's all on your minds. So the attendance, let's go with that first. They did not beat the AAF in Week 1 in total attendance, but it was way more consistent. As you'll see here, 17,000 fans at each game, whereas the AAF's opening week, their attendance was more sporadic. They obviously had the big showings, but then they also had games with not so many, and they struggled with attendance as the season went on with a lot of teams. They did, however, have more total fans in the opener. Ticket sales. Now, this was the biggest news of the week, and the XFL surpassed the AAF's ticket sales over the whole season well before kickoff. So obviously the XFL is killing it. And let's look at the TV ratings. The Defenders home game versus Seattle averaged 3.3 million viewers on ABC with a 4 million peak near the end of the game, which is good because fans were watching till the end. Now the Alliance scored 2.9 million viewers on their debut, and they beat the NBA. I remember that happening. That was a very big deal, very big news when that came out. The XFL beat the AAF in total views on opening night, and we're going to see later this week the other games, what their viewers were, because the AAF actually did not get close to 2.9 million as the season went on. They dipped a lot, and they struggled with viewership after opening weekend, so obviously you want to keep that viewership. You want to have fans coming back, watching not just from your home cities, but from cities across the country. Okay, so now that I've shown you the XFL opening weekend and compared that to the Alliance's opening weekend, here's some reasons why the XFL was just plain awesome in my opinion. I'm going to start out with QB play. Cordell Jones, Matt McGloin, PJ Walker, they all shined. I mean, some of the quarterbacks didn't play as well. I mean, the last game of the week was a low-scoring defensive battle. Now, be it there were two teams that did not start their starting quarterbacks due to injuries. So some of that is out of their hands. We could have gotten better quarterback play, like from Dallas. I did enjoy watching Jordan Ta'amu, even though he didn't put up insane numbers like PJ Walker per se. He was very fun to watch, and I enjoyed him. I am excited, though, because the AAF quarterbacks did not get close to the numbers like PJ Walker, Cordell Jones. I mean, Matt McGloin didn't have crazy stats, but it was fun to watch him. That offense was great, and these offenses as a whole are just better than the Alliance of American Football, and just a huge upgrade just watching the talent on the field. So we're going to move over to overall talent. Saw this on defense, saw this on offense, saw some notable names from the Alliance of American Football. I want to highlight Jamar Summers. He balled out. A lot of players surprised me, and I do think that this league has a lot more talent than the Alliance did, and I think that is why the XFL really has a shot. These players are much better, and I've actually talked to players who played in the AAF. Some didn't play in the AAF. They're told by their agents playing in the Alliance of American Football might not be the best choice, and waiting it out for the XFL would be better in the long run, and I think we're starting to see that. The offenses overall were more exciting. Obviously, when you have a guy like June Jones, the offenses are going to be fun. We did see the Vipers, though, kind of lay an egg. Aaron Murray didn't look good, but Quentin Flowers came in. He had a nice ball. He was running it a lot. I do think that Quentin Flowers should get the starting job after this week, but overall, as a whole, the offenses were fun to watch. Even a team like Seattle, they had it going, then started turning the ball over. Brandon Silvers, he had 3 passing touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. That never cuts it. You cannot turn the ball over. The new rules were great. I enjoyed every aspect of the game. I was watching it with some college buddies, and everybody could catch on to the rules. One of my worries for this league was, will an average fan be able to watch this game? Will they sit down and be comfortable with the new rules set in place? And they were. The only weird thing to them was the tiered extra points, which they actually liked, and the safer kickoffs. They didn't like the kickoffs, although some of them pointed out that it could be exciting because once you get past that first line of the kickoff, you're basically gone. And obviously these kickoffs are much safer, and I think that's really what they're emphasizing in the XFL. Now let's talk about the production quality, because the Alliance of American Football struggled tremendously with production quality. Now the announcing was incredible and the production was great. Obviously you got ABC, ESPN, Fox Sports. These are great production companies and they know what they're doing. The mic'd up coaches and players was entertaining. along with the sideline reporter who has all access to players. We saw Pat McAfee talking to players and coaches, some other announcers. It was so entertaining. I also liked being up in the booth, hearing what the offensive coordinators or D coordinators were saying in their microphones to the quarterbacks. We got to see them just conversating back and forth, with that cool football lingo, calling plays. Also, they brought the AAF's replay booth, which I just think is the best thing ever, where you get to see what the replay booth is talking about when they're going over replay. It's super entertaining, and it doesn't feel like it's wasting your time, because sometimes replays do take a long time. If I can only point out one trend in the XFL that needs work, is third down conversion percentage. Only one team reached 50%, and that's kind of worrisome. Obviously, these offenses are going to take a while to get meshed. We saw that in the Alliance of American Football. See that all the time. Teams are going to get better as the season goes on. It was rough across the board for these offenses on third down. They're going to fix that. I do not have any doubts about that. All in all, super impressed. Again, there are lots of haters out there, people who do not want this league to succeed. I had friends who didn't want this league to succeed. We were watching the games. They're watching. I got text from them and say, "Hey, man, this is awesome. I know you do YouTube on it. I actually really like this. I'm going to start watching your videos." I was like, cool. Going to give you a shout out, because that's how people, the normal audience, people who aren't really hyped up about the XFL, they just switch it on. They say, "Hey, this is some good football. We're going to watch it." So that's basically my first week 1 reaction. Now, I'm going to be getting the rankings out, player of the weeks, and we're going to do predictions for next week. We are all XFL on the EndZone. Also got some other sports too. Thanks for watching the EndZone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment so we can move the chains.